Hi, my name is Elise. I'm 14 years old, I'm going into the 9th grade, and I'm doing well in school and have lots of friends. I'm probably just like you in lots of ways, except one. 9 years ago, something happened inside my body that made my hair start to fall out. It kept falling out more and more until now, I'm almost completely bald. What I have is called alopecia areata, kind of a funny name. Sometimes it makes it hard for kids to realize that I'm just a normal kid, like them. So I'd like to tell you something about it so you'll understand me and the kids in your school with alopecia areata a little better.
What Elise just said probably sounds kind of strange to you, but more than 5 million people in America have alopecia areata, and most of them are kids just like her. Many of these kids are teased or treated differently in other ways by other kids, often at school. Not because the other kids want to be mean, but because they don't understand. So that's why we're sharing this information with you. What are we talking about today?
Alopecia areata.
Alopecia areata.
Alopecia areata.
What is alopecia areata?
I'm allergic to my hair.
Well, I started when I was in 1st grade, and my hair just went gone, poof, like that. People just get it. It's just how God made them different.
Alopecia areata is an autoimmune disease. The immune system is meant to defend the body against infections and cancer, but sometimes it actually turns against itself. In alopecia areata, that happens, and the target is the hair follicle. And the immune response that is generated actually interrupts the normal cycling of the hair follicle, causes the follicles to rest, causes individual hairs to break off. This can affect the scalp, it can affect the eyebrows and lashes, or any hairs anywhere on the body.
I'm like any other kid, except I don't have any hair. But I do have a wig. And that's that.
Alopecia areata is a disease that causes hair on the head and elsewhere on the body to fall out. It occurs in people of all ages, but young people, boys and girls, are affected most often, and it affects different kids in different ways. Some have patchy hair loss, and some lose all the hair on their entire body, and you never know when or if the hair will grow back. What alopecia areata is not?
I'd like everybody else to know that this disease is not contagious. I don't have cancer.
People come up to me and ask me if I have cancer exactly, but I say no, I have alopecia. I'm not sick. I can't give this to anybody because it's not contagious, and I'm just different because I am.
Whatever the cause, many kids, just like you in almost every other way, live every day with alopecia areata. What are your favorite things to do?
Well, one of my major hobbies is swimming. I like to enter the swim meets, I like to hang out with my friends in the swim meets and stuff.
I like to do math. I do cheerleading.
I love to play inline roller hockey. And my teams made it to the Junior Olympics and we took 3rd place. I love to play all sports. Most of all, I love hockey. I love to get involved with school stuff.
I like to go to the mall. I like to hang out with my friends, talk on the phone, go to the movies.
My favorite things to do is to take dance lessons, to tap, jazz, and ballet. And I also like to do the hula hoop.
Even though I have alopecia areata, if there's anything I want to do, I can do it.
What is it like to have alopecia? Well, it's not that bad, but
Even though kids with alopecia areata can do anything they want to do, sometimes it's hard explaining to other kids, or even their teachers and other adults, what alopecia areata is. How do you tell your friends about alopecia areata?
When I first came to a new school, we sent out a letter before I got there so that all the kids would know and there wasn't that first initial shock?
Actually, one year in 6th grade, my teacher could tell I was kind of having a rough time and actually took a day off of school. And when I came back the next day, I was really wanting to not wear the hairpiece and wear a bandana. And so the teacher actually told the class about that I wanted to wear the bandana, and she actually told the other, like half the class to wear one too. So I kind of fit in more with the group, and it was really great because you just want to fit in, you know? I mean,
exactly. So you really would like kids to be more aware of that you have similar feelings that they do.
Yeah, I'm kind of like any other kid with acne or, you know, something like that.
There are some difficult times for kids with alopecia areata, especially when they are being laughed at or teased by other kids who don't understand what alopecia areata is. How does it make you feel when you're they?
Sad.
I know that down deep inside, people are not about what's on the outside, but what's on the inside. Alopecia areata doesn't keep me from doing anything I want to do.
How do other kids treat you?
They were just making fun of me, and they were calling me names, and they weren't being very nice to me.
They don't treat me too bad. They treat me like a normal kid, but they always rub my head for good luck.
Well, some kids treat it better than others, but most of them just kind of go with it. I mean, I'd like them everybody just treat me like a normal kid.
How do you want other kids to treat you?
I would like them to treat me just like a regular kid, just like them, because it hurts my feelings really bad that they call me names.
Even though I have alopecia areata, I want the other kids to treat me just like any other kid.
I want kids to treat me like any other kid.
But when they actually hear about it, you really want them to understand you, and you want them to be gracious about it and not to tease or make fun. You know, you really want them to treat you like any other kid.
So, the next time you see someone at school or anywhere else without hair or with bare patches on their head, they might have alopecia areata. Now you'll know that what they have isn't contagious, that you can't get it from them, and they are not sick. Kids with alopecia areata who lose all or most of the hair on their heads handle their baldness in different ways. Some want to wear a wig or a cap or hat to cover their heads when they're out in public. It also keeps their heads warm. But others don't want to do that. They think it's kind of cool to be bald.
It's cool to be bald.